Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And GameStop is starting the new year off right, I guess, by shutting down a whole bunch of stores. Like a whole bunch. Again.
That's great. That's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I was like, and water's wet. Okay.
It was the good news. Yeah, it's interesting. Even Fox News, GameStop shutters more stores as retail apocalypse continues. So their shares have been down 34% in the last year. Now, they hired a new CEO, and his pay is based on performance. And I did a video on this the other day, but he's not getting paid unless he brings it at GameStop.
But and if he does, it's like billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars.
It's like a scenario that I don't think is plausible.
I don't think, they were looking for like billions of dollars in market cap. And I'm like, where do you think the money for this is going to come from? Because GameStop is on death's door. It's been on death's door for a long time. A lot of people have noped out, including Reggie from Nintendo. He was involved, and I don't know if he still is, but...
With all the new gaming systems being the way they are, that they want everything digital anyway, so they can control it. Like, why do they need GameStop?
Well, okay, so that's the thing, because some GameStops are pivoting to retro games, but people thought they would be more retro, and instead it's like, oh no, instead of FIFA 2025, we have FIFA 2015, or whatever it is.
It's like available,
Yeah, So I could see if they went all in on retro, but retro consoles, that's a totally different market. It's very hard. They are selling retro style consoles. I know they're carrying the mod retro consoles, but I don't think that's enough to get them to whatever the $100 billion market cap.
Are they even buying games anymore? I don't even know, because I don't go to GameStop anymore. But I was just like, I just paid $70 for this game last week. Best I can do is $5. It's like
they were joking about that actually on GameStop. This guy built an Xbox 360 collection, and GameStop said that they would give him $4 in store credit.
Okay,
so they get it.
You know what? I appreciate that.
Yeah, they
for
totally
that.
get it. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV. And if you're not listening to us, listen to us and go out to Spotify to listen to us, or wherever you listen to podcasts. So please do that in 2026, just in case, YouTube decides they don't like us anymore, because who the hell knows what's going to happen. This is coming from Polygon. Oh my God, guys, Polygon. GameStop starts 2026 by closing hundreds of stores as CEO gambles on a $35 billion payday. This is Ryan Cohen. I talked about him in the previous video. He's promised billions. GameStop employees claim they were barely given notice about the closures.
That doesn't surprise me. It's like the Sprinkles Cupcakes people. They got like a day. You know? So these guys didn't get much notice either.
This is happening all over the place. I guess a bunch of Arby's were closing, a bunch of Wendy's were closing. And I think that's what Fox, maybe we'll go out to the Fox article after this. They're talking about the retail apocalypse. I'm telling you, we talked about this last year. People thought it was hyperbole. They thought we're being alarmist. Last year, I felt like we were going into 2008, 2009 again.
Well, my thing is, if you're going to shut it down, okay, that's fine. And I guess they don't tell anyone because they don't want them to go find another job and then leave them high and dry. But you know what? You're a piece of crap. You need to let people know. So, and if they do find another job and leave you, well, I'm sorry, you're shutting down anyway, right? You need to give these people more notice than, oh, whoopsie doopsie, we're closing tomorrow. You don't have a job now, but we've known for weeks. We just didn't tell you. That's absolute garbage. You are a piece of crap. Don't do that.
Here's the thing. The CEO, they're talking about how they're offering him $35 billion in performance-based stock option, which
$35 billion, people.
$35 billion. He's not getting paid that, though, unless he turns the company around. Actually, as I understand it, he's not getting paid anything up front. It's all on the back end. So
there's absolutely no way to turn this one around.
There is no way. I mean, if you're independently wealthy and you want to make GameStop a plaything, I guess, they could get Elon Musk. He could buy it and just be like,
but what with it? Again, how are you going to make it profitable? I mean, GameStop's known for, selling games, selling pop culture stuff, whatever.
Funko Pops, and they're failing too.
People aren't buying these things.
No.
Or they're not going there to get them because they're overpriced. What are you going to do? Like make it like retro arcades now or something, like Chuck E. Cheese? Is that
they're
what you're going to try?
That.
Well, that's funny because we had ours in a GameStop first.
We did. Yes. We just shut our esports center down, but actually
that's still not going to be enough to bring it around to the money.
No. But they're doing that. They're actually starting like retro arcades. Yeah, but it actually was a former GameStop location.
We did it first. We did it years ago.
We did it first. We just didn't have $35 billion to spend, or we could have done it better. But whatever. Anyway, to the chagrin of some affected workers, news of their impending unemployment was dispersed with printouts taped to the storefronts where customers could scan a QR code to get a coupon for 20% off trade-ins. That trade-in bonus was also mentioned in the emails sent directly to customers. According to social media posts, a number of customers note that nearby closures have left them with few options for purchasing games, with some having to drive anywhere from 30 minutes to over an hour to get to the next GameStop.
Oh gosh, well, yeah, that's been like that here forever. We had one.
We had multiple. We had a lot of GameStops at one point. And then
all around, and then they shut them down. But the one that was closest to us, they shut down a long time ago, and you have to go like half an hour.
And that was virtually overnight. I mean, it was here one day, and it was like,
boom,
oh, GameStop's gone.
It's like, there's a lot of places that's already had them shut down. There's big areas that had like a GameStop or two that shut down. Now they have to go other places.
That business model just. Here's the thing. I think the business model would work. I just don't think it's going to work on the scale of a GameStop. I think you can have, more independently owned video game stores, or maybe they should do like some kind of a network, kind of like comic shops, but comic shops are dying too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a video game store, you can get your inventory from, the company, not have to sell, secondhand, but actually buy new inventory.
Right. But by the time you buy it and get it to you, and then you have to sell it, you're charging so much more than like Walmart or Amazon that there's absolutely no point.
And it doesn't help that a lot of these GameStops are actually next to a Walmart and Target, or they're in a mall, and there are other options. And man, I remember when I was a kid and it was an electronics boutique, and that's when they first opened. And it was a different experience back then. One, it was very like kind of upscale. Like, you'd go in there and everybody kind of had a nice dress shirt on and a tie on, and they all looked like nerds and they knew what they were talking about.
Well, that's because it was like electronics boutique. It was like electronics in general.
Right. So they sold a lot of PC games too. They sold video games, but they sold a lot of, back when the PC games came in a box with instruction manuals, and some of them Some of them you actually had to buy the boxed version of the game because the instruction manuals had the passwords. Like, so you could just like copy your friend's game because it'll be like, oh, turn to page 14 of the book, and third paragraph, whatever. That was their anti-theft protection back then. I kid you not. They would have they'd have a little wheel you'd have to do or whatever. They had all this like crazy, because you could just copy floppies, right? And they did. But and then in the back they had the Nintendo and the Genesis stuff. And I remember the one guy, and I still remember it to this day, and dude, you were wrong. He said the TurboGrafx 16 was going to sell better than the Sega Genesis because it was a bigger system in Japan. Womp womp. He's probably like 70 now, but whatever, I'm petty. Anyway, while many customers learned of the closures at the last moment, others took advantage of the situation by hitting up their local stores for goodies, like store displays and posters. Yeah, you can do that. They said even well-performing locations weren't safe from the shutdowns. By some estimates, up to almost 300 stores closed this week or will soon shutter their doors.
That's a
lot. Wow. We are all cattle to the corporate masters, numbers on a sheet, disposed of at their whim. One worker affected by the closures wrote on Reddit.
This is what I'm mad about. It's like, give people notice, and then you're not, because you don't want them to leave you high and dry, but you're going to try and leave them high and dry. And it's asinine and it's bullcrap. And it's like, if you're gonna be closing, at least give them a little bit of heads up so they can go find something else.
Yeah.
Or make sure they're paid while they find, give them some kind of severance for like the next month or so they can try to find something else.
Well, Ryan wants his billions, so he's got to just like chop.
Well, good luck, Ryan. You know what? I don't think you're going to pull this one off.
Yeah. So Fox reached out to GameStop for comment. The company warned in early 2025 that it anticipated closing a significant number of additional stores and revised its investment policy, paving the way for the video game retailer to invest in Bitcoin. Wait. Is
that what they're going to try to do to make their money, make it more?
Oh my God! Okay.
Are you kidding me? Is that what they're saying they're doing? Is that how the company is going to get $35 billion?
Yeah, in early 2025, it anticipated closing a significant number of additional stores and revised its investment policy, paving the way for the video game retailer to invest in Bitcoin. Oh my God!
Ask Disney how that works. Anyway,
a lot of these companies, that's what people are finding out. That a lot of these companies actually took the profits and they reinvested the profit into crypto, and then they lost a bunch of money, and that's why some layoffs happened. I'm just saying there are some companies that they said they really gambled. They did. Actually, Square Enix said that they look at a project now before they greenlight a project, and they're like, would we be better off taking, $200 million and putting it in the stock market or something than, bankrolling in this video game? And if the answer is yes, then that's what they do.
But
So,
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin, oh my God. The overall goals of the investment policy are to provide sufficient liquidity to meet the day-to-day financial obligations of the company. We can't pay our bills, and to optimize investment returns. But we're going to
put money in Bitcoin?
Oh my God. That's where we're at, guys. Holy shit.
Bitcoin's doing not too bad right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, I don't think it's wise to shut down a bunch of stores and then, invest heavily into Bitcoin.
Wow. Yeah, and there are actually some of the ones they're closing are in pretty affluent areas.
That's what I'm saying. There's some ones in big cities and stuff that they're closing down.
And some of the ones are actually pretty well trafficked. I mean, I know the one that we took over actually was pretty well trafficked, I guess, for the area, but it doesn't matter. They're just like, it just doesn't benefit us to be here. So it said, in early January, the company granted CEO Ryan Cohen a performance-based stock option award to drive growth. In order for him to cash in, the company's market cap needs to reach $100 billion. It's only $9 billion.
I'll say it's only like a tenth of that.
10
yes,
times.
Which I did know that. Yes.
Oh my God.
In like a few years.
Oh my God. Oh, you guys are
because they fired people without notice so they can invest money into Bitcoin.
This is some horse shit. This person here says, economy based on gaming, Bitcoin predicated on the addicted screen economy of instant gratification and Boolean logic. The economic woes continue. When your business model is based on blockbuster video, one shouldn't be surprised at a rapid ascent and even swifter fall. Now, here's the thing. I was actually going to talk to you about doing a video on it later because it wasn't really time sensitive, but apparently blockbuster video, the public reason for why they went out of business was not actually what happened. It was, again, people coming in and they strip mine the company, investors.
Happening.
And they said, no, actually Blockbuster was doing fine-ish. It was on the decline, but wasn't on death's door. And then they came in and it was a
They really need to put some laws in place for this because we lost Joann Fabrics and other places that were people used that were not doing terrible, that were viable businesses, and people lost their jobs, and a lot of places shut down. Like you can't get good deals on fleece anywhere now, and all this other crap. And then they're allowed to do it. They just come in and they destroy everything. And they really need to put some things in place to stop this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't even think their social media manager.
I guess what happened with Sprinkles too.
Shit. Sprinkles, yeah. Yeah, because what happens is they look at the long term and they're like, hey, would we be better off just, tearing this place down for, scrap, basically.
What they're doing is they're taking away things that people you're using or they get access to, and then you can't, again, it doesn't sound like much of a loss for Joann Fabrics. You're like, well, you have other places like Michael's and stuff, not for fleece. They had the market cornered on fleece. I am telling you.
Yeah,
they did. Walmart has it too, but not to the level that it's just like there's other fabrics too. But it was the go-to place for many, and they just shut it down. And it was busy all the time, and they shut it down because they wanted to strip mine it.
Yeah, that's true. And it keeps happening. And I think until we put a stop to that, we're going to see more and more retail operations go out. I think this year we're going to see another retail apocalypse, very similar to 2008, 2009. Because I don't know what people are telling you, but the economy sucks ass. And people are losing jobs left and right. And they're actually finding out now, and we might talk about this in another video, but we were right about the AI thing. They said that a lot of companies went all in on AI, and now they're using it as an excuse to get rid of people because the company was failing. They just wanted to cover for it with AI. We're using AI to automate, guys, so we can save money. And in reality,
because the investors won't question it.
Yep. This is funny, though. I'll end with this. This is cool. This guy built a GameStop in his basement, and I will tell you, the carpet is correct.
I was going to say, that's the same carpet that's in the old GameStop.
Yeah. That is the carpet. That is the GameStop carpet. I was going to mention
that. That is the correct carpet. I know for a fact.
Yes, it's supposedly stain resistant.
No, it's not. And I have vacuumed that carpet and shampooed that carpet many a time.
Many a times. All right. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.